Okay, hi Prachi, Samriddhi, uh, Sana, Sandeep. Good evening and welcome to yet another masterclass. Okay, can you just give me a confirmation that you are able to see this slide deck? This one here on the chat. Okay, okay, great, great, great. All right, fine, fine. Okay, so this class is mostly for people who are accessing my free resources, but in case you are a paid student, there's nothing stopping you from attending this class as well, right? So I'll just quickly tell you how matching headings functions and we'll do a little bit of practice, right? So the others can join. Now, in case you leave the class in between or you want to take a look at the recording later on, from the same place where you joined the class, you can find the recording. Okay, so I'll make sure that the recording is added there. And you can also check out our other free courses and also the advanced courses on our app if you're joining from the app, or also you can check it out from the website. Okay, right? So this is going to be a very quick session, very swift, to the point, nothing else apart from just matching headings. So just make sure that you are responsive, make sure that you are using the class well, effectively, and asking a lot of doubts, and also make sure that you are participating in the practice that I'm giving you, right? And try to stay until the end because that's how you will be able to practice, right? Okay, great. So let's get started with matching headings now. Now, what you're supposed to do with matching headings is that you have a bunch of paragraphs that look like this, okay? And yeah, they're all labeled with alphabets, and there can be at least 7 to 8 paragraphs, whatever test you're writing, academic or GT. Okay, and you are supposed to identify the title to these paragraphs. So the titles will be located before the passage here, and usually the number of paragraphs are lesser than the number of headings that you have, which means certain headings will not be used at all. They may seem like headings to certain paragraphs, but they actually are not. Okay, please remember this. So how are you going to how are you going to answer these questions? How are you going to find titles to these paragraphs? You are going to do that by reading the paragraph completely, understanding the summary completely. You are going to understand everything that the paragraph is trying to say, why this paragraph is written. You are supposed to understand that and then correspond, try and match it with the headings. So while you are going through each heading like this, after you have read paragraph A, you will see if this summary of whatever the summary is of paragraph A is actually this title, is actually matching with this title. You are supposed to check that. And if that is happening, great. But if that is not happening, if you're not convinced, then just move ahead to the next heading. Don't try to convince yourself that, let's say, 4 is the answer. Don't try to convince yourself. So there may be headings that can be matching, or you may be choosing the wrong title, and that title can be for another paragraph. So just take your time in choosing the title. If you are confused, if let's say you are confused between 1 and 4, you write this down somewhere and move on to B. You read B, and then you will understand, or you will be in a position to make better decisions. So this is how you answer questions in matching headings. So the steps exactly tell the same thing. You are supposed to read paragraphs one by one, read them thoroughly. No judging based on keywords. You can't match the keywords with the headings. You can't just read the first and the last line and understand the gist. That is also incorrect. which is why I'd given that quiz on Instagram today. So just remember that you're reading the paragraph thoroughly, matching it with the corresponding headings one by one. And if you have doubts, move ahead and correct your headings later. So I can't hear your voice. Okay, everybody else seems to be hearing my voice. Sandeep, Parveen, welcome to the class. So is the process now clear, all of you? Yes. Are you clear with how you should attempt matching headings? Okay. Okay, Samriti, you can put your question on the chat. Okay, great. Great. Let's move ahead. Let's just move ahead to understand some common errors. Now, I told you that you may be matching the words that are present in the paragraphs with your headings. That is one mistake. The second mistake is you are just looking at the first two lines or first and the last line and just judging the paragraph based on that information. That is incorrect. I'll tell you why it is incorrect. Okay, I'll also keep the chat window open if I get questions. So listen to me as to why you should not be reading just the first and the last line. What will happen when you do that is that you're not getting the gist. You are just getting one piece of information from the paragraph, and that is not enough for you to judge the whole summary. So there may be information that is central, very important to the passage, and you may not be looking at that if you don't read the paragraph completely. Yeah, so Parveen, if you are stuck at 5 or 5.5 in reading, it may be the case that you are either judging answers too quickly or you're not reading your passage well. This is exactly why people lose their score in this area, especially in matching headings, because you have a lot of text to read, you are falling short of time, and you also have other questions to attempt. It's not just matching headings. So then you start making quick judgments, you start guessing answers, and you do that by doing the first thing, doing reading the keywords or reading just the first line. You cannot do that. Okay, and second, you have to read faster, you have to read well. So whatever you read in your passage, you have to make sure that you have derived the information completely. Okay, that's how it is. So reading with focus, as in making sure that you're understanding why this sentence is here, what is it getting to, is very, very important, right? And also, let's say you did not understand the last point here, you did not understand certain words. There is no problem, there is no pressure on you to understand that word. Try to guess the meaning of the sentence with that word, and that's how you are going to improve. Okay, so you are going to avoid these mistakes today in the practice that I'm going to do today, right? And this is your passage, this is the passage that we're going to practice. We may not be able to practice it completely, not all the paragraphs maybe, but depends on how fast you are reading. Okay, so if you're reading fast, then we'll have time for all the 8 paragraphs, but if you're reading slow, you're finding it difficult, I may take a little more time. So the challenge is on you now. Okay, so you now understand how to attempt matching headings and what mistakes you should avoid. And I also told you what happens if you read without focus, read without understanding vocabulary. I also told you how to solve that problem. Okay, so for the sake of you answering faster, I'm going to be keeping a track of time. Usually, okay, usually for every paragraph, which is equivalent to one question, right? So if you answer heading for A, it is equivalent to answering one question. So for every question in matching headings, you can take 2 minutes to find the title, to find the answer. But if it's any other question type, let's say an easier one where you are filling up blanks or you're choosing the right answer, in that case you can take 1 minute. But here, because it's a lot of text to read, right? This one and the headings, I will give you 2 minutes per question. Okay. So okay, quick poll. How do you want to do it? Do you want me to discuss answers, or do you want me to discuss answers in the end? How do you want me to do it? Quickly tell me, all the six of you. Parveen, Prachi, Sandeep, Bharat. Answers in the end or answers after every paragraph? Okay. Samriddhi. Okay. Sana. Okay. Okay. Majority wins. Um, okay. Parveen also says every paragraph. Okay. Now I understand why that is convenient, because then you will avoid mistakes for further questions. But let's do it the right way. Parveen and Samriddhi will discuss answers in the end. That way, you will be able to attempt the whole passage, right? And then correct yourself wherever necessary. Great. So, because you will not be seeing this screen too often, I'm going to be pasting the titles here. Okay. Oh, it's not clear at all. One second. Yeah. So I'll keep the titles here, and I will keep the paragraphs here. Okay. Right? So that way, when I'm scrolling down, you're just looking at the the paragraph. Okay, great. So your one second, sorry. Yes. So your time to attempt paragraph A starts now. Come on, go ahead. Read paragraph A. Do not give me the answer. Write it down. Can't see. What can't you see? You are supposed to only read paragraph A, Bharat. Okay. One second. Can you see the okay, the problem is that either I share my full screen or I can't. All right, understood. So I won't be able to respond to chat messages. So I hope that the paragraph is visible now. Okay, right. I hope it's visible now. Or still no. Okay, let me try another way. No, it's fine. Let me just figure out another way. I can send you the file itself. Now, are you able to, no, the chat box will not, this thing. Are you able to see it now? Okay. Yes. Okay. Great. The only problem is the headings are on one page and the paragraphs or are on another, right? And you can't take screenshots. That's the problem. So I will send the list of titles on the chat. Okay, this is getting complicated than I imagined. No, no, that will be too again. There are many WhatsApp groups. Okay, you will have to bear with me with the chat box. Okay, great. So let's start. Let's start the exercise. Here is your paragraph A. You have 2 minutes and you have the list of headings on your chat. Okay, fine. Yeah, go ahead. Okay, please write answers to yourself. Keep answers to yourselves. One more minute. Yeah, time's up. Time's up. Okay, that's your paragraph A. In case you joined just now and you're wondering what we're doing, we're practicing this passage and we're trying to identify answers to these paragraphs. We're trying to identify headings to these paragraphs, and we just finished paragraph A. Okay, so now I'm just scrolling my screen to paragraph B, and for the sake of, because there are more people now, for the sake of others, I'm just sending the chat message again, which contains the list of headings. So read paragraph B, try to identify a title to paragraph B with the list of headings that I shared in the chat. You can't choose the same answer. Write the answer and keep the answer to yourself. 2 minutes starts now. Anybody who's joined just now, we're doing practice, and your time's up for practicing paragraph B. We are slowly moving ahead in the passage. If you are confused, remember what I told you. Yes, definitely, Rajni. So if you're confused, remember what I told you. I told you that you will try and mark two headings and wait until you read the next passage. Do not make decisions in a hurry. Okay. So again, the list of headings are in your chat. You have to read paragraph C, and because this is a short one, I'll just give you 1 minute to read and identify the title. So, people who have joined just now, Lovely, Loveleen, Ankush, and everyone else, try practicing C. Your 1 minute starts now. Okay, that's the end of your 1 minute. Now on to paragraph D. Same list of headings. I don't see any new names. I'm not sending the questions again. Try doing paragraph D. 2 minutes starts now. Okay. Okay. Just about 10 seconds, and then we'll proceed to the next one. Okay, all right, all right. The next one now, next paragraph E, paragraph E, right? Same list of headings. Find the title to paragraph E. This one's actually very easy. Again, 1 more minute for you. Okay, that's it then. Then the next one, paragraph F. Again, a minute to go, or I'll give you 2 minutes combined for paragraph F and G. Your 2 minutes starts now. Okay, half a minute more. All right, that's your 2 minutes for both F and G. And anybody who's still finding it difficult to find answers to G can take 2 more minutes. I'll give you 2 more minutes to practice H. Your time starts now. Remember, this is your last paragraph as well, after which we'll be discussing the answers. So just make sure that you're using the same titles that I'm using in the giving you in the chat. Yeah. Okay, that's your 2 minutes. And that is also the end of the time for you to practice. Okay, great. So, did everybody who were here from the beginning, did you guys practice? Were you able to attempt all the questions? I know I was a little tight on time because I wanted to make sure that you read fast. Good, good, Parveen, Bharat, Sana, good. The others? Yes, good, Vikram, Ankush, very good, good. Rajni, nice, good. Okay, so let's start discussing the answers. Let's do it the same way that I taught you. Okay, so I will read the paragraph, explain you the summary, and I'll get your answer and then I'll tell you what the answer is. Okay, great. So here you go. The United States experienced major waves of immigration during the colonial era, the first part of the 19th century from 1880s to 1920. Many immigrants came to America seeking greater economic opportunity, while some, such as the Pilgrims, arrived in search of religious freedom. So, basically, why people came to America until now. From the 17th to the 19th centuries, hundreds of thousands of African slaves came to America against their will. Now, they did not come here for economic opportunity, nor did they come for religious freedom. Okay, the first significant federal legislation restricting immigration was in 1882. Individual states regulated immigration prior to the 1892 opening of Ellis Island. New laws in 1965 ended the quota system that favored European immigrants, and today the majority of countries' immigrants hail from Asia and Latin America. So basically, this talks about how immigration started, how it all was restricted, and then how it was all allowed again, and who are the major immigrants, who contribute to the major immigrants. That's what the paragraph is all about. So, what is your answer to this? Come on, tell me. Everyone who gave me a yes, now is your time. 10, okay. 9, 8, okay. 9, all right. All right. 8, okay. 9. I'm still waiting for the correct answer. No, you can't guess twice. Ankush, you're also giving me wrong answers to another title, another paragraph. Be very careful. Okay, so let's go by your options, right? Let's look at 8. Law of restriction of immigration. So does the whole paragraph talk about it, or is there just one or two sentences in the paragraph? There are just one or two sentences that tell us here. They're just one or two sentences that tell us that there was immigration regulation. Chinese exclusion was there, and then in 1892, one more kind of regulation was there. So, just two sentences talking about restriction. So, definitely no. The entry of Africans into America, also just one sentence. Okay, good, Bharat, very good. And also immigration, religion, also just one sentence. Why people came into America was to make sure that they get religious freedom. Negative reactions from natives, also same as 8, basically, which suggests that there was restriction of immigration. So it does not talk about that. The whole paragraph indicates that people came into America, and after which America started stopping immigration, and then it gave rise to immigration once again to Europeans. That's what the whole paragraph is. The sequence of the paragraph itself suggests that, and obviously, there's only one title that matches with it. 5. 5, lovely. European immigrants being welcomed, also just one sentence. So that can't be the summary. Remember, in matching headings, you are matching the summary to the paragraph, not information. That is different. Okay, so information, matching information is different. You're just locating one piece of information in the paragraph. Here, you're reading the whole paragraph, summarizing it, and matching with the appropriate title. So, did you understand why it is 5 and not 3, 8, 9, 10, 11? Yes, all of you? So, you can't choose 5 for any other answer. That makes your other answers also incorrect in case you choose 5. Okay? Okay, good. Good job. Next, paragraph B. By the 1500s, the first Europeans, led by the Spanish and French, had begun establishing settlements in what would become the United States. Right? So basically, Spanish and French came, they started establishing houses and everything, and that eventually went on to become United States. In 1607, the English British founded their first permanent settlement in present day America at Jamestown in the Virginia colony. Some of America's first settlers came in search of freedom to practice their faith. In 1620, a group of roughly 100 people, later known as the Pilgrims, fled religious persecution in Europe and arrived at present day Plymouth, Massachusetts, where they established a colony. They were soon followed by a larger group seeking religious freedom, the Puritans, who established the Bay Colony. By some estimates, 20,000 Puritans migrated to the region between 1630 and 1640. So, the whole paragraph now is definitely about religious freedom in search of. So, people, basically, people who moved in search of religious freedom, the whole paragraph actually just talks about that and where they established their houses or settlements, right? So, what is the heading now? Good. See, now you are able to make better decisions. Small x, okay? Roman letter small, not big. Please remember. Samriddhi, very good. Bharat, Vikram. Yeah, I'm sure the others also got it. Obviously, it is 10. Immigration on religious grounds. Simple as that. Correct? Loveleen, also Roman letter 10. Do not write capitals or numericals. That is also a wrong way, and your answer will become wrong even though you guess the right heading. Okay. Yes. Good, good, Prachi. Nice. Now the third one. A larger share, so a bigger share from the religious freedom basically came to America seeking economic opportunities, trying to make money. However, the price of passage was steep. What does this mean? This means that they tried to come here for a job or to establish a business, but that was steep, as in that gave them some punishment. The price of that, the price that they paid was steep, as in what they got in return was not very pleasant. An estimated one half or more of the white Europeans who made the voyage journey did so by becoming indentured servants, as in bonded labor. You are not getting paid by money, you are getting paid with other things other than money, and you're bonded for life basically, right? And you're forced to become a servant. There is no choice here. So that's what happened when they moved to America. Although some people voluntarily indentured themselves, saying, I will become a laborer here, just make sure that you bring me out of Europe. Others were kidnapped in European cities and forced into servitude in America. Additionally, thousands of English convicts were shipped across the Atlantic as indentured servants. So basically, how people became forced into entering, into becoming servants. That's what the paragraph talks. But they actually, originally in their mind, they were all thinking that they'll have jobs and all. But what happened is that they ended up becoming servants. Exactly. All of you, I see. The penalties for seeking work. Exactly. The price of the passage was steep. That's our keyword. And the whole paragraph actually is around that. They actually suggested, no, it's not four. It's not four, Rajni. It's a very general statement to make, various large group of immigrants. No, the paragraph tells that people who actually came in search of work ended up becoming forced servants. Okay, they were kidnapped, forced, or they voluntarily, said that, what, I can't take it anymore. So that makes it one for paragraph C. Very good. Now you're all on the right track. Okay, next. This is very easy. I'm not going to be reading the whole paragraph. There are enough sentences that suggest the heading to be, what is the heading for D? Black slaves from West Africa came to Jamestown, Virginia. African slaves, so many African slaves. Practice continued even though, Congress established a law. 500,000 to 650,000 Africans were brought to America. So C is 1, Sana. I'm at D now. D is 9. D is 9. Entry of Africans into America. Is that clear? Are we clear with A, B, C, and 9? Samriddhi, 9. It talks about just African immigrants, right? Black slaves from West Africa. The earliest records of slavery were 20 Africans forced into servitude in Jamestown. By 1680, there were so many African. Then the practice continued, even though there was, there was a law to stop importation of slaves. And then so many Africans ended up becoming slaves in the 17th to 19th centuries. So the answer is 9. Did you all get it? Yes. Good, Prachi, Loveleen. Very good. Amazing. So I hope you guys got it, right? It's not 8. No, again, that was just one sentence, not the whole paragraph. Okay. Okay, amazing. Next paragraph, paragraph E. Another wave of immigration occurred from 1815 to 65. The majority of newcomers belonged to Northern and Western Europe. Approximately one third came from Ireland, okay, where it was a massive famine, as in a drought kind of a situation. In 1840s, almost half of America's immigrants were from Ireland alone, typically impoverished, poor, very poor. These Irish immigrants settled near their point of arrival along the east coast. Between 1820 and 1930, some 4.5 million Irish migrated to the United States. Exactly. Irish immigrants in the US. Very simple. After this, a few paragraphs will be really easy for you. So I'm just going to go ahead and do F now. Also, in 19th century, the United States received 5 million German immigrants. Many of them traveled to present-day Midwest to buy farms or congregated, grouped together in cities such as Milwaukee, St. Louis, and Cincinnati. In the national census of 2000, more Americans claimed German ancestry than any other group. During the mid 1800s, a significant number of Asian immigrants settled in the United States. Lured by the news of California gold rush, some 25,000 Chinese had migrated there by early 1850s. Now, what is the answer here? German, Asian. That's the summary of the paragraph. Those were the kind of immigrants that came. What's the answer here? Good, Bharat. Good. Anyone else with the answer? It is indeed four, but what are your answers, the others? Can you tell me? Good, Loveleen. Very good. Good, Prachi. Wonderful. Amazing. Yes, various large. Now, why is this various? Because it does not talk about one group here. So we are going to go ahead and say that German and Asian both were correct. Amazing. Now, next, paragraph G. Do you want to guess the answer first? Anti immigrant sentiment. America's native born were angry that there were so many immigrants. Anti-Catholic American Party tried to severely curb immigration and even ran a candidate in the presidential election. So basically, this paragraph talks about how the sentiment just changed about immigrants. That's what this paragraph talks about. Yeah, very good. Is it six? Because that's just one sentence. Election of natives as president is just one sentence. The whole paragraph talks about negative reaction from natives. People did not like immigrants anymore. They did not like it so much that they actually picked up one candidate and said, this guy will be the president. No more immigrants again. Right? So the whole paragraph is actually indicating how negative the reaction was towards natives. So that makes it 11. Again, are you guys clear with this? Everyone? Good, Prachi, Bharat, Sana, I hope you're clear. Rajni, Loveleen, I hope you guys are clear as well. Yes. Good, good, good. Okay. And the last one for the day. Immigration plummeted during the global depression of 1930s. Between 1930 and 50, America's foreign-born population decreased according to US Census. After the war, Congress passed a special legislation law enabling refugees from Europe and the Soviet Union to enter the United States. Following the communist revolution in Cuba in 1959, hundreds of thousands of refugees from that island nation gained admittance to United States. So basically, immigration ended and then it came back again after the war. After, that's the key word here. Let's see. It's seven. Very good, Rajni Prachi. Very good, Bharat. It's seven. Recurrence. It came back again. It is not the beginning and the end. The beginning and the end is there, is indicated in the first one. It just talks about when recurrence happened, right? So recurrence, as in it happened after it ended. For example, you have a fever, it comes back again, it's called recurring. The fever is recurring, as in it's coming back again, right? It's not the start or not the end, it's coming back, right? So that's why the answer is 8. So which is why knowing vocabulary is very, very important in matching headings. Also, reading your headings is very important. Okay, so if you guys want to share your score out of 8, how much did you score? Um, Answer to one paragraph A is 5. Okay, I think the last page will have this. Yeah, these are your answers. Quickly score yourself and tell me how much you scored, all of you. Okay, no problem. But I hope you will work on these mistakes the next time. Sana, very good. Bharat, Rajni also, but very, very good of you, honest of you, and I like that honesty that you're sharing your score with me. It's just that you need to understand that your approach may have been incorrect because you are reading one sentence and judging the whole paragraph. That's what is happening. Good, Prachi. Anyone else who wants to share their scores? Loveleen, Rajni has done that. Vikram Abhinand has just joined. We are actually ending the class. Okay. Okay, no one else wants to share their scores. Okay, all right, but no problem. You will find the PDF and this class recording in the same place where you clicked on the class, right? So you will find that, let's say, by tomorrow morning. So you can again reattempt the questions and take a look at the class recording at any time you want to. There are also a couple of more classes on my YouTube channel that you can watch. One is a live class recording, just like this, and second is a video explaining how matching heading should happen. So I will add that video here in the free course as well for the ease of your understanding, right? Okay, so I'll see you guys again next Monday with another topic for the reading section. Until then, bye bye. Take care. If you want to explore our advanced programs, you can reach out to me on through the WhatsApp button present on the app. Okay, bye bye then. Have a good night.